All right, hey everybody, and welcome to our vlog. It is springtime and the sun is out. I'm your host, Michelle Holling Brooks, and I am so excited to share with you one of my favorite spring energy exercises and routine to really help us come into that beautiful wood energy. And so, if you're kind of like me, I go into almost like this hermit kind of energy, especially the last part of like February, going into the first part of May, getting ready to come into that equinox of where we shift out of that water element of winter and start to move up into wood and into the life of being able to kind of like come up and out of the ground and really start to like bring that energy forward. Whiskey just picked up his head right behind my camera, so I'm like, hey, don't mess with the camera. And start to bring that life force energy that has been kind of dormant and in that kind of still water energy and just allowing itself to decide, how do I want to create, what frequencies do I want to start to call forward into this next creation cycle. And we really kind of infuse and steep in that through that winter time of that water element, and we start to kind of look at like, well, what frequencies are working for us and what's not. And we get to really decide in that, like, how do I want to move forward and start to come out. And then as we come up into spring, we're moving into that wood element, and we start to really start to decide, okay, I know what I've wanted to create, and now it's time to start to push up and out, to come up above that horizon and start to let that to grow. And it's been germinating, it's been doing its thing, and now we're going to pop out and start to grow. And then we can move up into summer of fire, which is fun, excitement. It's not only the up and out, but it's like all different directions of that beautiful energy flowing through life. Okay. So one of the Eden energy exercises that I love, I've done it before, but I just like felt the call today. I woke up even early. I could feel the sun was out and it's warm. And I was like, this is a good day for connecting heaven and earth. And so I want to offer it to you guys. You can add it in there, have fun with it, practice it, do it in different ways. So I do have one adaptation that I'm going to add to the end, if you know connecting heaven and earth, is that I add in there also kind of claiming my space on this beautiful golden grid that connects all of us together. And so you're going to watch as I'm going to lead you through kind of how to add in this little beautiful diamond inlay into your field as well, that really says, this is me. I am showing up. I am stepping into the connection that is all around me all the time. And I'm kind of claiming my space on this golden grid of lighting up my energetic boundaries of the different little orbs that are in front and behind me as I move through, always moving through and available to receive and to send. And it just helps create that construct around us that says, I'm here, I'm in my beautiful space, and I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of how that then interacts and works with the whole. And so I love that too, and adding it to connecting heaven and earth, which helps to really open up that column, connect us in to the heavens above and to the earth below, and also help establish our aura and kind of like bring that in. The adding in, when I had spirit drop in and my body just started to add in this diamond inlay pattern, I was like, oh, that feels wonderful. All of a sudden, I'm more grounded. There's also more I can geek out about it. I was studying the Kabbalah at the time and really paying attention to the different sephiras and different pieces of the tree of life. And all of a sudden, I could see how these were all connected with these beautiful, like little orbs that are at the edges of, of our field that I would witness and watch with each other. And sometimes we get congested and compacted with these parts of us. And so, just like connecting heaven and earth allows us to take our full width of like having our battery of like the polarities and everything nice and stretched out, stretching out and calling in these beautiful little orbs, if you could imagine, that are on either side of me, in front of me, and behind in this beautiful grid pattern. Almost think of the longitude and latitudes. Is the best way energetically I could say that it looks like, that is around everybody all the time. And you can even like reach out and like pluck those little grid patterns, and start to kind of experiment it. It really works well if you work with horses and you do distance liberty work. Like you can pick which grid line you want it to come, and it's almost like, okay, we're going to stop when we get to that one. And the horse is like, well, pow, what did I just, and it's energetically, they're locked into the same grid system that we are in, or and they're floating in it and they're in it all the time. And so we can start to really practice it. It's kind of fun. You can even do it with all beings, but just really to start to take awareness of it. But step one is claiming that connection, setting that as that this is my default, this is part of who I am, this construct is all around us. Whiskey's still looking. He's like, come play with me through the grid, right? And allows us to really step into that. Okay, so our hands are our tools to help connect us into the energy that is flowing all the way through us and all around us and always available to us with beautiful grace. And shake them off. Go ahead and let's place them on our thighs. Just allowing that grounding to come to that small intestine area and just saying we can ground. We can bring some discernment and clarity forward. And we're choosing to step into that which is optimal for our heart's desires, right? Allow that breath to just come in naturally on its own. Really kind of focus on that out breath of the let that sound and that frequency of the kind of cue your body to wiggle and relax and release any tension that it might be having. Okay, so when it feels good, I just invite you to, with intention, kind of scoop down, see that beautiful Gaia energy coming up, pulling that up through the grounding cord. And I love to make a little chi bubble with it because I do this with my kids and I've watched Kung Fu Panda too many times. But I feel like it just allows that orb energy to help kind of ground it. If you want to do prayer pose, it's whatever feels good to you in your system. Just feel. And if you've never played with the chi ball, you can move it in and out and you can really feel that sensation of the energy kind of meeting either side. And you can make it as big or as small as you want. And then next what we're going to do is kind of imagine that you can scoop it out. And so we're going to scoop one piece out that's going to go up to the heavens and another piece that's going to go down. I'm going to turn sideways a little bit so you can see it. And we're going to stretch up and stretch down. Now this stretch should just be a comfortable one. Don't go for uber awesome stretcher. If whatever feels comfortable in your body. And just allow that beautiful openingness. Energy needs space to flow. And I even like to add just gently allowing my head to kind of drop back, that jaw to loosen. And breathe in, gathering from the heavens and earth. That little chi ball, you're going to pass it off. Switch sides so you can see from this side. And then you go up again. And let's do it one more time. You can do this as many times as what feels good to you. Just coming up and down. If you're outside, inviting in those elements to help support and nourish your body, that beautiful vitamin D from the sun. The air to help cleanse and clear. I happen to have a creek right next to me so I can hear the water and the birds. And with each pass I'm doing this, the light of the aura of the trees and the ground and the light itself is just getting brighter and brighter. Okay. So from this next pass that we come in, instead of going up and down, we're going to add in those beautiful orbs that are going to help kind of be like little buddies for us that bring attention to that beautiful grid that's running through us. So not only do we have this line from the heavens down into the earth, there is a horizontal line that comes from the left to the right, and another line that comes from in front of us to behind us, out to infinity. It just is what it is. That's the golden grid of grace, as I like to call it. But we have these beautiful little orbs that sit at the edge of our aura and help kind of establish our boundaries with who we are and within our energetic makeup of the beautiful, amazing things that are us and that help make us us and separate us a little bit out from the world around us in that all is one. Okay, and so sometimes we feel really cramped in our space and almost condensed and brought in. Sometimes we're blown out way too far and we're like, where am I? And so we want these to be kind of close to us and hanging out, okay? So from this beautiful spot, we're gonna again invite either side. Now, I like to hold them up, but you know, whatever feels good to you. So we're going out and just feel where it feels good to you. If you get stretched out and all of a sudden your field feels a little too big, like, oh, I don't know about that, Michelle, just kind of play with it. Feel where they want to sit. You know, mine want to be out and they want to like keep trucking. Take that beautiful breath in. Right, and now we're going to connect them up to the one above and the one below that we've already established, and bringing that beautiful line back down there. All right, and now we're going to say hello to the line that comes in from the front to the back. Again, pass it off. Again, I like to hold mine up, but you know, it's whatever works for you. And just inviting that beautiful space, stretching out. Take up your real estate. This is your aura. I like to connect them in together again. Just rotating around, coming up, connecting them up. And then coming back in that the heart is at the middle of all of these energetic pieces within ourselves. Big breath in. And just invite that column now to come down through. If you're super flexible, you can reach your toes. If you're not, just kind of let that hang. And what we're inviting our body to do is just open up that vertebrae, that back, that sacrum, down through the thighs, opening that all up. And then from here, you've got two options. You can either figure eight throughout your aura, just allowing that weave to kind of come through, cleanse, clear, and comb it out. Or if you feel really constricted and you need a little bit more space, you can fluff up your aura and make it nice. I feel like I need to weave it together. So I'm just weaving my way up, envisioning that that's also going behind me. You can do it behind you if you want. Beautiful opening, sweeping down underneath the feet, and landing back in that heart space. And feel that. Feel what it feels like to be in your own little kind of, you know, energy suit, your own little spaceship, whatever you want to call it. This is your bubble. And it works kind of like, if you think of those, what are they called? Just went out of my head. It's like the things where you can sit in the middle and they can rotate around, but gyroscope, and you stay just this beautiful centered upright in what you is. And so this is your gyroscope that's moving around you all the time, that really allows you to stay centered and balanced no matter where you are. And so when I start to feel a little shaky or in my field or a little unbalanced or not stable, I take a quick moment, and if I can, I just touch in with those points within my gyroscope and say, okay, what needs some help and support? Help cleanse and clear. The earth below, the sky above, the four directions coming in to help support me, claiming my space on that golden grid, thanking the divine and the divine self within me. Taking that breath, opening up to the light that is surrounding me and able. And then all of a sudden, I get clarity. I get some discernment on what is the next best step. Like, what do I need to keep moving forward, to keep creating within joy and within love and service and compassion and caring and curiosity and fun? Like, what is the next step for me that's going to help create a stronger connection to those states of being and help to tune me in to that's my natural state? I love to do this every spring. I mean, connecting heaven and earth and this little thing that dropped in from spirit is also one of my favorite exercises. If I don't have any time, this is the one I do to help to bring some clarity and some space and some stability into my field. As the spring energy is running through us, as we're moving from the stillness into the up and out, sometimes it can feel a little like, what is happening? The earth is moving, the energies, and they've been big energies that have been coming through. So bringing in that grounding and that ability to be in that gyroscope where it can do whatever it needs to do on the outside, but you're nice and centered and feeling secure in the inside, that's my gift to you and my hope and offer to you this spring. Try this out, play with it, let me know how it's going. Again, this has been Michelle Hollingbrooks with Unbridled Change. I hope you've enjoyed this. See you next time.